completely just clotheslined my face. Though I was terrified to do that, I needed to know what was wrong with me. It felt like Hulk got a running start and socked me in the face. Literally felt like he was injecting the needle into my eyeball. In my peripheral, my nose was just in a different area. Everything looked weird. Blood was coming down my face. Rushing on, something was wrong. What is going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. Now, I gotta start with a couple things. For those who are gonna comment in the video, my lip right here, I have stitches on it, okay? Which is completely unrelated, ironically, to today's video, which also has to do with my face, stitches, and being messed up. I had like a little cyst thing that I've had for like a year, got it removed, sent it in, making sure I'm not dying or anything. I'll let y'all know, keep y'all updated what comes back, you know? Hopefully I'm alive, you know? This is a good life I live here. If you guys see some swelling here, this is probably gonna block some of these teeth here. You know, don't make fun of me. It's not my fault. I didn't sign up for that. So, welcome to today's video. If you guys are new, my name is Jordan Beau, and today I'm gonna be telling you guys a story. This story dates back, sound like a historian here, to around December 22nd, I think, maybe December 28th. One of those two dates sounds right in my head, of last year, 2017. It's been over a year since the injury. It's been about 2 months, over that, I believe 3 months now. And I just want to go back and tell you guys the story. I've done updates, I've let you guys know what's going on with me, how I'm doing, this and that, but I haven't told the story completely for reasons I cannot say, legal reasons, stuff like that. But now I can. And I really want to do a story time on this. I'm really enjoying these story time things. So if you guys want to go down below, comment a story time, a story that you guys want to hear me talk about, that you know of, but you never heard me talk about it, or comment a specific thing, like comment the first time you ever jumped in a swimming pool naked. I pulled that out of my ass. And before we get started, guys, please be sure at the end of the video to give us a big thumbs up. If you guys enjoyed, let's hit a lot of likes. Guys, we hit 900,000 subscribers recently. I don't know if I mentioned that enough. We're on the road to 1 million. I plan on hitting 1 million this month. I plan on hitting 1 million before March. And I know I plan on hitting 1 million last year, blah, 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 but whatever. Set your goals high and you're still gonna achieve them, okay? So, I was thinking about this story before I pull out the camera, and it makes me cringe when I think about, and I had like legit minor forms of PTSD for like a couple weeks after this of just replaying the crash in my head. No, this was not in a real vehicle. This was in a much smaller vehicle known as a go-kart. This story was in December 2017. I was at a birthday party. It was an indoor go-karting place, and the place was rented out for the birthday party, okay? Pretty much everyone who was there was my friend. You'd sign up for races, we go, we were talking, eating food, waiting for our race, and my race finally came up. And I'm not very fond of these indoor go-karting places, you know? I don't think someone should be going that fast, 40, 45 miles an hour, in such a small area with go-karts, which have obviously no airbags. They're go-karts. There's just no protection, you know? You have a helmet, but that's about it. And clearly, the helmet didn't work in this situation. Now, it's my turn to race. I get in the car. I remember just feeling off. I'm not one of those people who like feels off a lot. Like, I have friends who are like that. My girlfriend's like that, but I'm not really someone to like feel off normally. But for some reason, getting in this car, I just didn't feel comfortable. And I just had a feeling something bad was gonna happen. I've had friends who've broken their hands when I was there, broken bones, hit face. Like, there's just a lot that could go wrong in these giant metal carts that close together going that fast. So we started the race, and I remember being so safe. Like, I love cars. Cars are my passion, so all I do is drive, right? So I can be reckless at times, but I'm always safe reckless, you know? Like, I don't like pushing boundaries. I like my life too much. I'm not that kind of person in a car. But go-kart, I was being a little extra safe. Like, I was only worried about other people. I wasn't worried about racing. I was trying to have fun, but at the same time, I didn't want to get near other people. So I start racing. I don't really remember what lap it is. I do remember everything though, I will say that. Like, I don't remember little pieces for no reason, I just don't remember. But I did not get knocked out, I'll tell you that much, but we'll get up to that. So we're racing, and I would say maybe it was like lap 5, lap 6. I'm coming around the straight. So the straight is usually the part where you gun the cart completely, because the carts can go from stop to full speed really quick, and from full speed down to stop pretty quick. So I'm gunning the cart. I believe they go 45 miles an hour. I was going 45 miles an hour. You come in hot to the turn, right? Because those things can brake super fast, right? And you kind of want to drift turns because that's like the most efficient way of getting a good lap time. So I come in pretty hot, and right as I'm at that point where I'm about to brake, two of my friends, my friend Jake and my friend Raymond, crashed, blocking the first turn, that turn that I was setting up for, which delayed my brake time just a little bit. I mean, obviously I'm not stupid, I didn't see them and just and like hit a wall, you know? For a second there, it was like that, I'm more worried about what I'm gonna do versus braking. Like, it delayed my brake. I'd say maybe I got down to about 35 miles an hour before I made the decision to go into the barrier. Now the barrier are the things on each side of the track that slide, and they're filled with sand, I believe, at the place I was at least, and they're meant to stop you. The reason I didn't make a choice to hit my friends was because I'm going 35 miles an hour, and if I went in that turn, I would have hit one of them. They were blocking the turn completely, and they watched this whole thing. Shout out to you guys. Now, I hit the barrier, okay? But I couldn't really drift. Like, if I really could have, in a perfect world, I would have drifted and hit the barrier sideways, right? If I drifted, I would have kind of gone to the side, which would have hit them. So I had to go straight into the barrier. I remember bracing myself, and I remember just thinking, oh, this is gonna hurt, right? Like, it's just gonna hurt. It's gonna clunk me forward. Well, I hit the barrier, okay? Barriers are supposed to slide out and stop you, right? You hit the barrier, it slides, and it comes to its point where it can't go anymore, and it stops you, right? And all this time that you're hitting it, it's slowing you down. You hit the barrier here, and it slows you down by here. Well, I hit the barrier here, and it maybe went this far before it started climbing me, and I was going. So the barrier didn't move. The barrier climbed up my car, up the steering wheel, and into my face, which was right here, obviously. I'm sticking out of the cart a little bit. I had a full face helmet on. When I tell the story, people first assume, oh, he must have had a helmet on. Like, what kind of go-karting place is that? No, I had a full face helmet on. The only problem is, these barriers are heavy, heavy plastic filled with a lot of sand. Now, let's say the barrier lifted up about 3 feet. That's about how high my cart lifted it up, okay? Now, it's about 3 feet in the air, which means a couple feet down, it's about 2 feet in the air. A couple feet down, about 2 feet in the air, and so forth. So it's accumulating for about, I would guess, what felt like 400 or 500 pounds of sand. It's sand, it weighs a lot, and it takes all the weight from any part of the barrier that's lifted up. That barrier climbed my cart and completely just clotheslined my face, right? I've been in a car accident before. I was in a totaled car. It wasn't me driving. I have a video on that if you guys want to go check it out. This was worse. This felt much worse than an accident. This had felt, I tell everyone the same thing, like Hulk, like movie Hulk. Like, I'm talking movie effects and everything. You know when Hulk hits someone and like they fly 60 feet? It felt like Hulk got a running start and socked me in the face. Literally, as hard as he could, socked me in the face with his big ass Hulk hand that's like the size of my head, right? I had known the second I hit it, the sound my helmet made, the feeling my head got jerked back, like it had felt like I died. My first thought when I got on the other side was two things. I completely, by the way, hit the barrier. It went over me completely and I ended up on the complete other side of the barrier. My two things that came to my head first. A, my face is completely crushed in from the side, like crushed in for the rest of my life, and it looks like a concaved bowling ball, right? In my head, there was no way my face was not concaved in. My second thought was, how the fuck did I not just get knocked out? I don't know how I didn't get knocked out, and I also don't know how I didn't break my neck. I got so lucky to hit it straight on that it hit me back with the helmet, which stopped here. If I would have hit the side and it hit me like this, it would have completely cracked my neck. So I don't want to say I'm grateful, but I'm grateful that it wasn't worse. Now, I get to the other side. I remember thinking, I have to take this helmet off, but whatever's on the other side of the helmet is going to scare the shit out of me. Take the helmet off, and to my surprise, I look up at the two workers who had ran over. I look up at them. I said, is anything wrong with my face? What's wrong with my face? I know something's wrong. And they literally both just said, oh, f. That's literally it, from two workers. That's all I got. I got an oh, f. I didn't get a, hey man, call 911, you're gonna be okay. No, I got an oh, f. So at that point, I was like, screw you guys. Threw my helmet on the ground. I remember seeing at the corner of my eye, everyone rushing to me, of course, but especially my brother, older brother, you know, he came over, he was the first one at me. He came up to me. I don't know what's wrong with my face this moment. I have yet to see my face. I just know my whole face is numb, and I don't know what's wrong. I remember my vision was off. This eye was blurry. This eye was already starting to close on me. My nose was in a different area than, you know how if you look down, you could see your nose, you just don't notice it normally in your peripherals because it like blocks it out. In my peripheral, my nose was just in a different area. Everything looked weird. Blood was coming down my face. Something was wrong, right? First thing I wanted to do was run in the bathroom and look in the mirror. Though I was terrified to do that, I needed to know what was wrong with me. I go in the bathroom. I finally get to the bathroom with my brother. My brother was there. The girl, her name's Jessica, who was putting on this event, was there with me, checking on me, making sure everything was okay. I know there's a mirror. I kind of tried to not look at the mirror for a couple of seconds, like dreading it, knowing that I was eventually gonna have to, until I finally grew the balls to look in the mirror. Well, my nose looked like the first letter of my name. If you guys don't know my name is Jordan. A J is not the shape your nose should normally make. I remember my heart sinking at that moment, but like, I remember the first thought was, I'm gonna be in surgery tonight, and I'm not a big fan of surgery. It's a long recovery. I don't like getting put under. I've only been in surgery once, and at some point before surgery, they're gonna have to crack my nose back into place. Hate that. Whatever. Remember thinking that, heart drop, but I quickly got over it. I was kind of grateful that everything was okay. I wasn't bleeding that bad, though. I'd split my eye open here, and split my nose open here, and I broke my nose, clearly. Now, my specific injuries were I broke my orbital bone, which is this right here. Orbit or orbital? I think it's an orbital fracture right here. Okay, and then I split the entire lining of my eye open here, which was a really awkward cut and stitching it up was weird, which is why this eye gets lazy sometimes. These were the only two places I needed stitches, and I think I got a little tiny stitch down here. Here's what gets bad. I shattered my entire nose and broke it completely in 2 places, and to this day, I have not gotten surgery. I still have not decided if I want to get surgery. Maybe in the next couple years I will, maybe in the next year I will, I don't know. Maybe I'll get it tomorrow. We'll see. Probably not tomorrow. I'm going to Disneyland, whatever. Now, to this day, you can still feel my nose and you can still feel the breaks. One thing I don't understand, I have like an idea of what happened. My nose today has not been reset. I don't know how my nose, right here, looks like this photo right here. I really don't understand. I don't know. My thing is, I remember getting in the bathroom and every time I'm in shock, I've broken my thumb before. My thumb completely broke this way, completely. And when I knew I was in shock, I cracked it back completely. Doctor said I did a good job, didn't need surgery. I'm pretty much a surgeon, right? I knew I was in shock, so I looked in the mirror and I was like putting a lot of pressure on it, right? And I remember one time I was doing that, I heard a big crack. Thought I put it all the way back into place, but I looked in the mirror and it was so swollen and it still looked crooked. So I get to the hospital, they stitched me up, whatever. I took a bunch of pain meds. The ride to the hospital was the most painful experience of my entire life. You couldn't pay me $1 million to go back in time and live that. You just can't. It's not worth it. It was horrible. The worst pain I ever felt. I was kicking, punching, and hitting my brother's car. I couldn't stop moving my body. I was in agony. I was pretty much in shock, right? Here was actually went hand in hand for the worst pain of my entire life. When they sewed my eye up, it took probably 45 minutes to an hour. I think I got 15 stitches. They probably had to inject numbing into my eye 10 times. I don't know where the f the needle went, but it literally felt like he was injecting the needle into my eyeball. It was the worst thing. It was torture for an hour. The doctor was really nice. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying it was hell. As if I had not been through enough pain. That was not needed, okay? I finally get fixed up. I go on my way, and months later I have an appointment to see if I need surgery. And it was kind of up to my decision. I'm not big on surgery. If I ever get to the point where I just start to feel really ugly, I'll probably go get it, but you know, for right now, I'm fine. I'm gonna deal with being a little uglier than I used to be. I do kind of miss the times when I like didn't have a crooked nose and I didn't have a lazy eye, and this eye has like gotten really blurred vision since the accident, and the doctors kind of think it's just my eye went blurry, but it doesn't make sense because my vision used to be absolutely perfect and now this eye is completely shot. Like if I close my eye, I can't read like a license plate in front of me. It's whack. That's the story of like the worst accident of my entire life. Worse than a car accident, worse than dislocating my shoulder, which I've done 4 times, worse than breaking my finger sideways off my finger, and worse than pretty much every other injury in my life. Now I hope I never have to go through something like that. Karma cat, knock on wood. If there was wood there, I'd be hitting it. I just wanted to tell you guys the story because I've never gone into full detail about it. I've never really been able to until now. So I guess I just want to give a warning to you guys to let you know to be careful when you're indoor go-karting. It's not as safe as it may seem. I hope that the place that this happened at has fixed everything. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm sure it's just as safe as any other place now. I just want to let you guys know, take precaution. It's not worth it going through stuff like that. It's really not worth it. I regret that day for a very long time. I wish something happened. I wish I never went. I wish I never raced. I probably will to the day I die. I'm not someone big on regret, but that is a day that I very well regret, and I really hope that no one has to relive that ever again. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my story time. Like I said, go down below, comment a story time, and be on the lookout for my video tomorrow. I'm actually posting a video tomorrow on Valentine's Day. So it's gonna be 2 uploads in a row. I kinda owe it to you because I missed an upload, and that is gonna be a very important video. 2 more things. I'm now going live once a week on YouNow. If you guys don't have YouNow, it's just an app. Go download it. It's free. Follow me on there, it's just Jordan Beau, and turn on my notifications so you guys know when I go live. I'm gonna be going live Friday around 4 p.m. So be ready for that. It's a really fun time. I guess people, we do funny stuff, I flip, it's cool. Go do that. I'll have it linked down below. Go follow me. Go follow my Instagram down below. Another thing, I am finally dropping merch in 2 different ways. I'm finally dropping my official merch in the next couple months. I'm gonna be working on that. I didn't really want to do merch for a while, but I'm gonna do it and put a twist on it, as I do with everything. But I am dropping merch in a little over a week. I'm dropping 1 t-shirt. 1 t-shirt, the first merch I've dropped in a long time, which is going to feature my playlist title that I have with Heardwell. It's literally just a playlist that I have that I'm able to share with you guys. If you want to go check out the playlist down below, it's pretty much just the music I listen to. I know a lot of you guys know music, so I partnered up with Heardwell and made a playlist, and you guys go follow it so you can listen to my music. But I'm also dropping a shirt with them, so be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be pretty cheap. It's really cool. I've already seen the designs. I'm really excited for it. I love you guys. I'm done plugging. I'll see you tomorrow for the Valentine's Day special. Jordan has no idea what's coming. Bye.